Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Say What. I am coming back to you. I wanted to just do an update to the story on Cardi B versus Tasha K with the lawsuit, the court case, all of that that's been going on the last couple of weeks. Technically, really, this has been like a thing for like some years. I think going back to that lawsuit, Cardi B filed the lawsuit in March of 2019. So fast forward to January 2022, we have finally come to a resolution. So yesterday, the verdict came in. Cardi B won her defamation lawsuit against Tasha K. And as of yesterday, Tasha had to run Cardi B $1.25 million. So it's like, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. But so I have a video out there where I did live talking about that. You can check that out. So anyone joining right now, catching this live, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. Because as I say, I am very random over here. But let's get into it. So I wanted to come back on here because they had to follow back up to court today to just talk about the additional fees that Cardi was going after Tasha K for, as it pertains to like your attorney fees. Like it's just, listen, if you see the title of this video, Tasha has to pay this woman a total of like $3 million. That's a lot. Do sis got that money? I don't know. She just hit 1 mil subscribers. I was talking to my sister and she was like, listen, sis, that don't mean that Tasha got the money like that. So, you don't know, somebody can make a lot of money as far as it come in, but that has nothing to do with how they manage it. If their overhead costs are high, that could make that money just go out the door just as quickly as it come in. So I'm like, well, yeah, that is a good point. So the question is, can Tasha settle this very large bill? Another question that's been coming up is, can sis bankruptcy? Can she file bankruptcy? And I guess it would just fall underneath the company and then she just kind of wipe her hands and you start a new company? Is that how it goes? Is that what the Trumpster was doing? I don't know. But it came up, that's been a question that a lot of people have had. I haven't seen an answer to that question yet, but that is the question. Can she file bankruptcy and just move on with her life? And basically, I guess if she filed bankruptcy, she's not paying out any of the money. So I don't know how that works. So if anybody on here joining this live or catch the replay, drop a comment, let your girl know, because I don't know. But what I do know is that the media has been reporting on the monetary money, or the monetary, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Benefit to Cardi as a result of all of this. Now, whether or not she gets this money, that's a whole nother conversation, but it is on record that she is owed this money. So let's get into this article that talks about the additional monies that Tasha K is responsible for paying Cardi B. So today we're on the billboard.com website, and the article is titled Cardi B wins another $3 million in defamation case against malicious YouTuber. They had to throw that word malicious up in there. Okay. So it says Tasha K is now facing more than $4 million in penalties. Her attorneys vow to appeal. Y'all, do y'all think it makes sense to appeal? Do y'all think she has a chance with the appeal? I don't know. I personally don't think that she has a chance. I personally feel like this was like a slam dunk case for Cardi. Anybody that I would hear talk about the case is, and then even like when you look at the comments, most people were like on the side for Cardi, like in support, hoping that she won. And they just really didn't see how Tasha K could win. And they just didn't support how Tasha K has been moving in these YouTube streets thus far to date. Um, I just think that Tasha just was moving very irresponsibly. Hindsight is 2020. I hope that today, when she's looking back on things, there are a lot of lessons to be learned, and it will change how she um, conduct business going forward. Because really, she literally, I would say, probably likely cannot afford to conduct business in the manner of which she has. Like, I'm hearing about other people who are supposedly wanting to come at her with lawsuits as well. Like, you got Wendy Williams and Kevin, her. I don't know if are they divorced yet, y'all. I don't know, but Kevin, they're supposed to be. I heard that they're supposed to be trying to sue Tasha. I heard Jason Lee himself on a live talk about he was coming for because Tasha was talking about him been using drugs and I think drinking or something when he was on vacation somewhere. So it was just hilarious because Jason Lee was on his live just talking about I'm suing her, and then Tasha was over on her live imitating how he was looking sitting up at the bar, with his mojito and hat and just drooling. So it was just a whole mess. And listen, I was jumping, bouncing back and forth between the two lives, just trying to get all of the tea, y'all. I don't even know why I probably was taking a break from YouTube then, because I surely do not have a video about that whole encounter between them two. But Jason Lee was like, I'm suing you, you lying. No, it was a mess, y'all. But so it's like people lined up. I think R. Kelly, I think I've even heard about R. Kelly even trying to come for Tasha. So I don't even know if the people who locked up behind bars got cases now that can come for you. I don't know. But I was hearing that just with this whole, if Cardi B won, it was just going to change the game for how content creators such as myself, like how we have to move, where as far as like how things we can say or can't say, because people aren't here for you just lying on them. They're not. So now it's just like people can, I guess, if they do have concerns about some things that's been said about them, they can refer to the Cardi B versus Latasha Kibi case. And then go from there as far as with trying to build their case. I think who else was, I think they say Lisa Ray was in her feelings recently too about some things Tasha K have said. So it's like people like waiting in line, like, okay, Cardi, walking out the courts, tagging hands, and it's like, tag your turn. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting, because it's like people are lining up, like, well, she did me wrong too. She said this about me. So it's just a whole mess. And I'm like, what happens if you got all these people coming for you? You can't afford to pay out all this. So let's get into this article that I have pulled up and just see the details of what it's saying. So it says, a day after the jury ordered YouTuber Tasha K to pay 1.25 million for defaming Cardi B by posting false rumors, the jurors tackled on another like 1.5 million more in punitive damages on Tuesday, January 25th, which is today, and ordered the blogger to repay the star's 1.3 million legal bill. So basically, Cardi B had the best of the best attorneys for free. Tasha paid for them. Tasha paid for better attorneys for Cardi B than what she had for herself. But here's the deal: just to give Tasha K's attorneys the benefit of the doubt. To me, this was, I don't know what type of attorney would have been able to win this case for Tasha K. I don't. I mean, so I'm not going to even just put it on the quality of her attorneys, because I really don't know really what the quality of her attorneys are. I just know I've been hearing some negative things about Tasha K's attorneys. I've seen where, there was another content creator, I think it was Toxic Diamond, and I think it was last week, and she had shown on, I guess, some website where you can put reviews on people, and it was like I don't know if it was Tasha, is Olga's website. I don't know, but it was just all these reviews you can see on Olga. And there was like a review from June, I think it was June 2021, that said it was posted by Latasha Kibi, and it was a review about Olga, and it was like a bad review, like it wasn't good. So, okay, I don't know if that was really, if Tasha really posted that, like, why, if you wasn't thinking highly of your attorneys, why would you still rock with them like that and be paying them all that money? I don't know how that worked, but a lot of people are just talking about, I guess you would say the winos. They're putting it on the quality of, okay, Tasha's legal team as to why she may have lost. But I personally, if I were to be honest about it all, I don't think it's falling on the legal team. I think it was just the case itself. Cardi B just had a stronger case. Her argument and things, like, it was just stronger than Tasha's, period. I mean, Tasha clearly didn't have the receipts to produce to show that this information that she was putting out there on her channel was accurate information, like, period. Like, there was she didn't produce it. She wasn't coming through with what she needed to come through with. Where was Star Marie? Like, listen, y'all, that's Star Marie to me is like, where's Waldo? Where is she? Like, she is the one that got all of this started, and sis then jumped ship and got ghost. We ain't heard from her. Like, is she still kicking? Like, where is she? That's the thing. Like, she hasn't surfaced, and it's just like, now, okay, Tasha K then fell for the bait, because I don't know, did Star Marie just bring it to Tasha K? Was it, like a bait and switch? Like, was it a set? Like, what was this? Where is Star Marie? Can the people want to hear from Star Marie? The people want to hear from Star Marie, like, because that's where Star Marie Jones, believe that's her name. That's where it all stemmed from, y'all. Like it came from there. So it came from her. But when Cardi circled back around, was like, yo, those are lies, Tasha was like, okay, whatever. And I ain't still retracting anything, taking these videos down. Like, the last I checked, the videos are still up. So I don't know if Tasha's going to ever be forced to have to remove the videos. From my understanding, there's about 40 plus videos out there that with Cardi B's name in the title. I do know, a lot of, the Tasha K's content that talks about Cardi B does get a lot of views. Cardi B does have a lot of fans, but then, of course, you're going to have people who aren't a fan of yours, which we know, Tasha isn't a fan of Cardi B's. But, like, to me, it's crazy. Like, okay, say she lost for this, isn't that the third, but though she still can keep the videos up that supposed to be lies. Like, how does that work? It just doesn't work to me. To me, it makes sense. Like, they say, yo, these are lies, then automatically, okay, you need to remove the videos. Like, that makes sense to me. But I don't know. That's just how my little um brain, my non-legal knowing brain works. So y'all let me know what y'all think makes sense. But let's carry on with this article. It says Tasha K, whose real name is Latasha Kibi, and her company are now facing more than $4 million in penalties after the jurors issued a verdict Monday that fully sided with accusations that she waged a malicious campaign to hurt Cardi B's reputation by posting false claims on the internet, including that the star contracted herpes and performed a shocking sex act with a beer bottle. Another fun fact, guys. So I didn't even realize that the trial was even taking place in Gwinnett County within Georgia, which is my county. I happen to live in Gwinnett County. So it was like local for me, the way my life is set up, I wouldn't have been able to be at the courthouse, sitting in and all of that. But yeah, so I did just learn like a day ago, yesterday, that she was right here in Gwinnett County. So I'm like, okay, because they're both residents of Georgia. So she was here, just right up the way, right up the street. So that's interesting. This definitely is going to be a case that's going to be talked about for many many years to come. The article also goes on to say, at time of publishing, a formal verdict form had not published by the court, but the details of Tuesday's new damages awards were conveyed to Billboard by Cardi B's legal team. Following proceedings, Kibi's attorneys told Billboard simply, "We disagree with the verdict and we will be filing an appeal." Moving forward, Kibi's attorneys can challenge the verdicts to the federal district judge overseeing the case. If he upholds the verdict as expected, they can then appeal the outcome to a federal appeals court. Y'all, do y'all think Cardi have a chance, with the appeal? Do you guys feel like the jurors got it wrong? Like, what do you think? Cardi B, whose real name is Bakalis Alamanzar, sued Kibi in 2019 over dozens of videos that contain shocking claims about the rapper. The video cited in the lawsuit includes a statement that Cardi B effed herself with beer bottles on effing stripper stages. Others said she had contracted herpes. Now, that whole beer bottle thing, I'll be honest, I had, until this whole trial, I had never even heard about that allegation, or I guess Tasha putting that out there about Cardi B. So that was a new one. I think the only thing I'd heard about, I knew as far as, I think, guess with the herpes whole allegation, I knew about that. The drug use, but that whole beer bottle, like, that was a new one for me. So that was definitely some tea that I'm like, word, I ain't know about all that. So Cardi was like, the lies, the lies, you finna pay for the lies. It also said, let's see, others said that she contracted herpes, that she had been a prostitute, that she had cheated on her husband, that she had done hard drugs. So, second question. I don't know if it's second question, but it's a question that I haven't been keeping track of my question. Well, yes, my first question is, hey, can Tasha K file for bankruptcy? So that's question number one. We, the people, want to know, can Tasha K file for bankruptcy? Okay. Second question. Will Tasha K conduct interviews with mainstream media for a coin? So that question came up. It was kind of like a debate. I was talking with, my sister, and she was like, yeah, I feel like, she's going to, this could probably catapult her to like mainstream media, and she can do interviews with these big platforms. They can pay her money. And she's like, Tasha, Tasha coming from Panama City. Listen, Tasha's not going to turn down that coin. I said, I do not agree with that. Although it makes sense. I see where you're going with this. It's like, it makes sense. Make your money. If you want to talk to me here, run me my coin. I err on the side of Tasha is not going to want to do something where another platform or brand can, or network can benefit from it more than her own. When she has Kibi Studios, like, why would I, kind of like when people would talk about with Wendy Williams telling her story. Okay, why go on somebody else, network and tell your story, or somebody else show, when you can do it on your own? That makes sense. So I was just like, well, sis, I feel like it would make more sense, or from Tasha, with the way Tasha's mind will work, is though if you want to sit down and talk with her, you would do it in her space, so therefore she can get the clicks and views. Tasha got 1 million subscribers. She regularly gets a lot of viewership for her videos, so that all equates to dollars. So to me, it would make sense for her to say, hey, I'm going to speak on my own platform. If you want to come over here on, and this, on this side of the track, sure, you can sit down. So my sister was like, well, no, they ain't. If they're a larger platform, like, mainstream media, Extra or something like that, Entertainment Tonight, they're not going to go on to this smaller platform to do whatever, opposed to that person coming to a larger platform. I was like, I get that. But I do not see Tasha just moving over to and telling her story on someone else's platform so they can benefit. So I was like, I don't see her doing that. So I say that to say, I want to share my screen to show what Tasha had to say. Let me go back to this article because I think it also talked about, the statement. So let me carry on, y'all, while I'm jumping around. So on Monday, jurors held Kibi legally liable on 3 separate claims from Cardi B's defamation, invasion of privacy through portrayal in a false light, and international infliction of emotional distress. They awarded 1.25 in general damages amid to compensate Cardi B for pain and suffering and or reputational harm plus medical costs. Okay. Tuesday's added awards dealt with so-called punitive damages, which are reserved only for more egregious bad behavior. Jurors order Kibi to pay $1 million in such damages and order her company, Kibi Studios LLC, to pay another $500,000. The jury also ordered Kibi to reimburse Cardi B for the money she spent to bring the lawsuit, another remedy typically available only in exceptional circumstances. They awarded $1.3 million, which was the full amount sought by her attorneys. In a statement issued to Billboard after Tuesday's proceedings, Cardi B said the victory in court brought her great happiness, but also called for more action to address the broader problems of online misinformation and cyberbullying. Quote, the truth is that the intentional harm that was done to me is done to countless others every day, the rapper wrote. The only difference between me and the high schooler who is being cyberbullied and lied on by their classmates is the money and resources I have access to. We collectively have to say enough is enough, period. Cardi B was represented in the trial by Lisa F. Moore and William A. I don't even know, y'all, how to say that last name of the law firm of Moore and, again, that name, LLC, and by Gary Edelman and Sarah and Matz of Edelman Matz PC. Kibi was represented by Sadir Sabak and Olga, as you can see, of Sabak and whatever Olga's last name is, y'all. So, they both had a team of lawyers. Tasha taking the foot in the bill for everybody lawyer. And I think, Cardi did speak some facts about, as far as with cyberbullying, putting out misinformation that, there should be stiff penalties for doing things such as that, even for non-celebrities, regardless of age. Like you shouldn't just be able to say whatever and just put that on the internet for the world to see. Because as they say, once it makes it to the net, that's forever. No matter if like you post something and you call yourself going out there and removing it. As you know, you may hear somebody always seen it and quickly snap the screenshot before it was even removed. So I do think that this whole case is definitely going to change the game when it comes to how content creators move in the streets. Not even just content creators, but just even any type of any type of journalism, period. I think that with anything that you're writing, you're vlogging about, like you should be able to cite your sources. Just like when you're in school, you're writing a paper, you got to cite your sources. You just can't be saying stuff all willy-nilly and then just be like, well, I said what I said in my Nene Leakes voice. Like you gotta say, okay, it's beyond, well, Star told me this. Okay, well, who is Star? Like that's what I'm like, where was Star in all this? Because I think it would have just definitely been fitting to call her to the stand to question her about where this information came from. I mean, wouldn't she be considered an eyewitness? If that's the type of stuff that we seen on television and shows on Power or whatever. You have the witness that's called to the stand, the person who supposedly seen whatever. Like, again, we still looking for Star. So again, back to my second question that I have. will Tasha be speaking to reporters from larger networks? Because when I think about YouTube, I don't know who else that's larger than her, Tasha, who it would make sense for her to speak with. But if you talk about like with mainstream media, yeah, there's plenty of networks that could speak with Tasha, because as I'm driving today, I'm listening on the radio, you're hearing radio personalities talking, like Tasha name is really out there. So if nothing else, Tasha definitely has, I would say, what's the word I want to say? She's increased her, what is that, brand recognition. Like she's known more now today than she was, say, yesterday, per se. Like she's, as my sister said, she's mainstream now. If that was her goal, she did it. I said, well, it's a hell of a way to go about it if that is what it was, because it's an expensive price to pay. So question is, will Tasha be sitting down talking to anyone? I'm going to share my screen. Tasha did do her posted her statement. And I want to show you what she had to say. So this is a post that Tasha made today on her channel, Unwind with Tasha K. She says, I will be making my first capital letters and only capital letters statement about the case Wednesday, January 26, 2022 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my @YouTube channel, period. So there you go. I believe, y'all, I won the argument against my sister because she thought Tasha would, talk to these larger platforms as far as in the mainstream media to make a coin. I'm like, not the Tasha K that I believe I've come to know. I just didn't find, I don't know. I just feel like Tasha's arrogance would get in the way of that, because I honestly believe when Tasha's going to just kind of downplay everything. Like, y'all, I said what I said, whatever, we moving forward. Like, that's the energy. That's just the big dog energy that I get from Tasha. So with that being said, I'm like, Tasha's not going to be going on these other platforms so they can make $1 off of her. And whatever dollar they may try to offer her, Tasha gonna be like, I can make that on my own platform. So why am I coming over here to let you get all whatever benefit from having my interview circulated around when I can do it on my platform and make that money then some, which makes sense to me. So, I mean, so there you go. I'm going to be here for it tomorrow. Lord, please don't let me forget about it. But I definitely want to tune in to hear what she has to say. I think it's going to be a lot of people wanting to tune in. So with that said, that's going wouldn't that be nice if just the views and clicks just from that one live like be enough to take care of like a big chunk of that 3 mil? Like, because sis got a lot of money to pay out, but I really think that she's going to make a hefty coin off of the video tomorrow, because there are going to be a lot of people tuned in to hear what she has to say. People who never even listened to Tasha K before a day in their life, never even knew who she was. Like, they're going to know this is the person who lost the court case against Cardi B, someone who's known around the world. Like Cardi B, if you know Beyonce, like how to me Cardi B's name is up there like Beyonce's name is. Like you I don't know where you've been if you don't know the name Cardi B, kind of like that. So I think it's definitely gonna garner a lot of viewership tomorrow when she does go live. And I get it if with her choosing to speak on this. And then she said, I'm doing it only one time. So there's that. So it's just like, oh, snap. I got to come, because she's not going to talk about it again. She's like, I said what I said energy. Like she got that mean. I said what I said and I'm done with it, period. Like it's just going to be period in all caps after she ends that live. And, can you blame her? This been going on for so long. So it comes to a point where you just kind of want to put something behind you. And especially if it's something that's negative, something that you didn't come out on the top for. I mean, I think that even though Tasha lost when it came to the lawsuit and her having to pay out whatever to Cardi B, Tasha's name has gotten out there more. Now, here's another thing. Okay, so let's go. I'm talking about my questions. So, question number 3. Will this case and her losing it impact her viewership, her followers? Will we see a decline? Will people start to question the information that she brings to us? I personally feel like she's going to have a lot more trollers on her, or trolls. What's the word? Trolls. My bad. Trolls on her videos, because people now, if Tasha puts something out there, they're going to be questioning her about the receipts. When she holds interviews with people and the people start to talk about other people, okay, well, Tasha, make sure that you got your receipt for that. Like, I think she's going to be dealing with a lot of that. But at the same time, how will Tasha move forward when it comes to like people bringing information to her and her choosing to put it out there? And then if it were to come back and her have to be put on the spot to verify information she put out there and all of that, like, how does she plan to move going forward when it comes to something like that? Would that mean that she would have to give up her source? Would that mean that when sources come to her and say, hey, I got this information, would she have to follow up with, okay, well, do you have the receipt for that information? In the event I have to circle back around to you, like that, it just creates a whole nother conversation. Because to me, Star Jones would be considered, if she was called to the stand, that would be an eye, what do you call it? An eyewitness, like somebody who said, I saw, because based off of what Star was trying to tell Tasha, it was based off of, from what I can recall, mind you, this was like some years ago when Tasha interviewed Star Marie Jones, it was like she witnessed some things, like this is from her encounter. So that's why I was like confused as why she didn't have to testify. And then it would just have to come down to the jurors determine if whether or not she was lying or not. So I just still feel like Star Marie Jones should have been called to the stands. Like it legit started with her. And because in the beginning, for Cardi was going to sue both of them. And the next thing you know, there was no longer a lawsuit against Star Marie Jones. So my thoughts was maybe she figured, what the heck this woman finna pay me with? She ain't, so she was like, okay, let's deal with the bigger fish in the pond, which was obviously Tasha K. So let's see what some of these, people on Tasha K's page have to say about how everything went down. Like, so this is Tasha K, fair use. Hopefully it won't be no issue, but I'm on her page and I just want to see, like, what are some of the people are saying. I would imagine, much of these commenters are people who follow her. So this person says, Tasha, remember calling your supporters preschoolers in the back for worrying about you potentially having to pay approximately $3 million back in 2021. You followed that with, I just got to go to court for a jury to decide if I got to pay that little 75,000 plus. I do remember Tasha throwing out the dollar amount $75,000. I do remember that. So I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. Okay, I guess they ain't gonna break her, who wants to pay it? But so fast forward to today, now it's 3 mil. Like, yeah, that's definitely far from $75,000. Someone else says, you live and you learn, continue on with what you do best. Yes, you can say that again. You live and you learn. Definitely an expensive lesson here for Tasha K. Someone says, you don't have to say nothing, Tasha K. I understand why you feel the need to need to though. But you have people who love you and the work that you've done. I love you and appreciate your transparency. Keep your head up, sending love and light to you and your family. Someone says, we listening, be humble because you've been humble. Someone says, this is a significant loss. I'm interested in what she is going to say. Me too. I think many of us are interested in what Tasha is going to say. Many of us are interested in what Tasha's going to say. So she's definitely going to make a coin tomorrow, which is, good for her. Like, I think it's smart for her to speak on her platform. And I would rather see her do it on her platform versus like taking it to somebody else and letting them continue to get more richer than what they are. Like, what sense that make with her letting somebody else eat off of her when she clearly got this big bill that she got to pay? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I get it with her doing it on her platform. So I'm definitely here for that. And we'll see tomorrow what them numbers gonna look like. She might mess around and break the internet. She gonna be doing she gonna be doing Kevin Samuels numbers. Watch y'all. So that live is gonna be something. Like I said, I'm gonna cry probably if I miss that live because it's at 7 o'clock. Y'all know how you get caught up doing stuff. You're like, oh snap, my show on, So it's not like, okay, I got it set on DVR and it's recording, So I got to make sure that I got my life in order at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Someone says she will clean up on Wednesday. See, this person says no. She will clean up on Wednesday. Sure will. Everybody wants to see what she has to say. This is a teachable moment for her and other YouTubers. Trust me, she will learn from this. We've all made mistakes, maybe not on such a grand scale, but we all have made some foolish mistakes. Let me go ahead and click on that thumbs up on that comment because she said a word like we've all made mistakes. Tasha's not the first, she's not the last, but it's one that I have no doubt she will learn from in some type of way, as well as other people. Certainly myself as a content creator, even though I feel like, thus far, I move responsibly in these YouTube streets, but it's still something to where it's just going to make me be even better, as I move forward. Because I'm going to remember like what had happened was with Tasha K, so listen, it is what it is. Let's read a couple more of these comments. We supported you then, and we will continue supporting you. This had happened to a true lesson moving forward for all YouTubers. Yes, let me go ahead and thumbs that up too. Yes, it's a lesson to be learned. Like sometimes you don't have to experience everything for yourself, and this is definitely a situation where all YouTubers do not have to experience this. We can certainly learn from this case. Like there's many of cases out there on the books to where it has impacted how people today move. Laws been like people are going to remember like, oh snap, I remember that one YouTuber got sued for 3 million for doing that. Let me not do that. Like, and that should be the thought process coming off of this, because if not, what are we doing? As Cardi said, she did whatever to make it to make a stance, to be an example of what it looks like to stand up to somebody, to show that you can't just do what you want to do or say what you want to say and it be all good and you financially benefit off of something, knowing that you don't even know if it's true or not, but you just simply don't care. Because that's what it came down to. Tasha just simply just didn't care. Somebody says simply, let's see, bullying ain't it, sis? Nope, sure isn't. Tasha, that's pretty big bill you have to pay. Let's see how loyal your winos are. That part, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, will the winos stick around? Will the winos stick around? Because again, people are going to be questioning as she come to us with content and stories. Like, how do you not in the back of your mind, if you weren't already one of those people, how do you not, question what, okay, well, is this true? I ain't never heard this before, or this person over here saying it ain't true. Like, I think it's just going to have people just questioning her more. And Tasha's going to have to deal with that. And I don't know if maybe as time goes on, it's almost like you have to regain the faith in your followers. You have to regain the faith. Let the apology be as loud as the disrespect. I listen, y'all go. I don't personally think that Tasha gonna be on here trying to do an apology tomorrow on that video. I don't think it. I think I said, like I said, Tasha gonna have that I said what I said type energy. I feel like she's gonna be like, listen, I still believe what I believe. The jurors made their decision. We're appealing. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to move the way in which I move because I feel like I governed myself accordingly. Like I really feel like that's going to be the energy with Tasha because she's Tasha K. Like y'all, I truly don't feel like Tasha finna be going on her show owning up to that. I might have to come back out here and do another video following Tasha's live. Like y'all make sure y'all tune in, tomorrow to her live. Look, look, Tasha, if you see this video, I'm a little small YouTuber, but I'm plugging your channel, Unwind with Tasha K. I'm actually even a subscriber, been a subscriber for a very long time. We're actually neighbors. We both live in Gwinnett County, but check out Tasha K. Like, I believe she's going to have a lot to say. And I don't think it's going to be on no apology type tip, y'all. So don't hold your breath on that. I think, she's just going to be just reiterating the stance that she already had. And now that the case is over, she's going to be able to kind of say a little more than what she's been able to say. But this is just she's going to be forced. Of course, she's just going to have to work harder. She got $3 million to pay. So she's just going to be grinding it out. I think what we're going to see from Tasha is more coming up out of her making bigger moves because it's like she got a bill to pay. Plus she got her lifestyle to live. So she still got her everyday expenses. And now she has this hefty bill to pay. So she might even occasionally throw out jokes about, y'all know I got a bill to pay that through. Y'all better like this video. I don't know. Tasha is Tasha. She's funny. She's hilarious. She got a lot of personality. That's why she's at, 1 million subscribers. Tasha is one of those people, you love her or you hate her. It's like it's like that. You probably can have a middle ground with her. I think I've been in a middle ground with Tasha ever since the whole Jaguar Wright situation. So it's like I felt a certain type of way about it, but then I never unsubscribed from her. I just kind of fell back some and didn't really watch her as much. But I will occasionally tune in when she does I think the last video I watched of hers was when she interviewed who did she interview? That guy, that guy that Nene Leakes was supposed to be the young guy that Nene Leakes was dating. He actually lives also here in Gwinnett County. Y'all, if y'all not from Georgia, and then within Georgia, Gwinnett County, clearly this is where it pops off at Georgia and Gwinnett County because Nene Leakes is here in Gwinnett County. That little young tenderoni she was messing with, Gwinnett County, Tasha, Gwinnett County. Listen, this is where it goes down at in Gwinnett County. And it's not small, it's a large county, but the thing, it's not a hood county, it's a lot of Caucasians here, but it goes down in Gwinnett County. So y'all got to check us out. If you come to Georgia, y'all got to be like, yo, where is Gwinnett County? Show us the infamous courthouse where Tasha K and Cardi B was, fighting, duking it out for what, 2 weeks. You're like, so just make sure you check out Gwinnett County. I said this case and put Gwinnett County on the map, y'all. But yeah, so I may come back and do another video just to talk about like how, with Tasha, her sentiments and all of that. I don't know. We gonna see. Like I said, I'm just random over here. And I kind of, I'll do videos on content that move me, or if I see that it's kind of a very heavy, heavy out here. But I think, A lot of people gonna talk about, what Tasha had to say, how she felt or whatever. So yes, that's it in a nutshell, you guys. Thank you for joining. For those who did happen to catch the live, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, y'all. I'm just a small YouTuber out here in Gwinnett County, Georgia, just reporting the music. See, I'm about to say reporting the music, reporting the celebrity entertainment. So drop a comment, let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like the jury got it right? Do you feel like, this bill, oh, Tasha, she ain't gonna be paying that? Do you feel like, oh, yeah, Tasha about to, make the bag going forward. She about to make all this money tomorrow, and it's gonna be enough money to pay that little 3 million bill. Like, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment. I like to read the comments, so don't be shy. Drop a comment. Let me know. Share the live. But let's get into it. Yeah, I just want to get into it and see, what the people think. What the people think. Or, what do you guys think? I've said, what I think. So I want to know what you guys think. So until the next broadcast, peace.